Okay, second problem. You were given V1, V2, and V3. Here's V1, here's V2, here's V3. And you were just given that and asked to write the combination CV1 plus C1 V1 plus C2 V2 plus C3 V3. This being a linear combination of V1, V2, and V3, and since we haven't specified the values of C, this is an arbitrary linear combination of V1, V2, V3. So I can just kind of make a little note here, and I'll use a different color. This is an arbitrary linear combination of V1, V2, and V3. Okay, well, using the V1, V2, and V3 that were specified, how do you write this in terms of what was specified? Well, you take C1 and plug in this for V1, so you get C1 times this. Here's your V2, so you get C2 V2. You just plug it in. Plug the three vectors in for V1, V2, and V3. Be sure you understand that when I gave these to you, they were the symbols were separated by semicolons, so you have column vectors. So you write these as column vectors. That's important. Okay, then I ask you to write that as a matrix equation, some matrix multiplied by C1, C2, C3. Now, about half the class was able to do that, and that's kind of a good-sized jump, so I was very pleased that as many as half the people could do that. Okay? I wasn't sure that was going to be the case. I was kind of hoping everybody would, but it's a jump, and I wasn't real optimistic that it would hit everybody just right to make that jump. So how do you get from here to here? Half the class did it, and you can verify. Multiply this by this, multiply this by this, multiply this by this. And you will get what you get if you add these up. However, the intermediate step, that's pretty obvious, and a lot of people probably did it in their head, is that this is equal to this. In other words, C1 times this plus C2 times this plus C3 times this. Well, the numbers in the first row will be C1 times A11, C2 times A21, C3 times A31, so you get A11C1 plus A21C2 plus A31C3. Now, I wrote the C, it doesn't matter what order, and if I just do it in the order it is, it'd be C1 times A11. I chose to write A11C1 to connect this with this desired matrix product, because when you do the matrix, C1 is going to come second. Okay. Also, be very careful. One person wanted to write the C1, C2, C3 on this side. Matrix multiplication is not commutative. Matter of fact, you couldn't even do the multiplication with C1, C2, C3 on this side, because the rows of the matrix on the left have to be the same length as the columns on the right. The columns on the right have 3 numbers in them. The rows in this matrix only have 1 number, so they're not even compatible for multiplication, so you can't do that. Be careful about that. Your computer software would crash. Your computer would blow up. Who knows? There might be a chain reaction to bring down the entire power grid. Well, that's not going to happen. But, okay. So once we have this in this form, and it's always a good idea to do this if you're not sure how to get here, put it in this form, and then it should be obvious why this works. And if it isn't, you need to do a little more work, a little more practice, okay? Just practice, okay? Now, well, we'll take this question in the next video.